Welcome to Formosa Dream Chasers.
We're your hosts, Mary Ann
and Ching.
Please join us as we explore the journeys amazing people take in pursuit of their dreams.
And get insights from their experiences.
Let's hit the road
and get started.
Hello and welcome to Formosa Dream Chasers, a show featuring people from all walks of life who are working hard to achieve their dreams.
Today we have the opportunity to talk to Imelda Ching, a successful business owner who runs her own Filipino restaurant on Zhongshan North Road's Section 3, an area also known as Little Manila. This is where Filipino expatriates and migrant workers often visit on Sundays, given that most of the shops and stalls here carry Filipino goods.
We will be learning from Imelda how she came to Taiwan and what her journey was like starting her own restaurant here in Taiwan in 1996. So her restaurant has been running for 28 years already. Welcome to the show, Imelda. Could you say hi to our audience and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, kamusta po? Si Imelda. Imelda Ching po ako. So our kababayan, kamusta po?
Hi, Imelda. So Imelda was greeting everyone in Tagalog. Hello and hi. Okay. So Imelda, tell us a bit about yourself. Like, you were born and raised where in the Philippines?
I am raised in Pasay City in Manila. Metro
Okay.
Manila, yes. And I came here in Taiwan in 1986.
1986.
Yes.
Okay.
And about 1987, I get my citizenship here in Taiwan because the time that the government have an amnesty that if you had the Chinese blood, you can apply for the citizenship here.
It sounds like you're Filipino Chinese then.
Yes, my father is half Filipino and half Chinese. And my mom is a mix of Spanish and Filipino.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what did you take up in college? What was life like while you were still living in Manila?
Well, in college, I am working student, majoring in accounting. And after I graduate, I supposed to continue my study. I like to study a political science, law.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But somebody asked me if I want to work here as sales secretary here in Taiwan.
So you came to Taiwan for work?
Yes.
I see. So when did you come to Taiwan then?
1986.
Yeah, you mentioned 1986. So when
February, yeah.
So you came to Taiwan in 1986 for work. You were working as a
Secretary.
Okay.
I'm making a business letters.
Okay. And then how long, can I ask, how old were you then? Like, I'm all curious. Like,
Well, I'm just 22 that time.
oh, you didn't graduate very long then. Like, I mean, it wasn't long after you graduated that you came to Taiwan.
I just graduated that time. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
And so, when you came to Taiwan, did you know how to speak Mandarin?
no, just 谢谢 and 再见.
Oh, okay. So you learned your Mandarin here.
Yes.
谢谢 and 再见 is thank you and goodbye.
Mhm.
Okay.
But why did you decide to come to Taiwan? We speak different languages.
Mhm.
And what was your motivation at that time?
That time, I just thinking, but well, let's give it a try.
Mm.
If I didn't make it, I didn't like it, I can back to the Philippines anytime. Just a try.
Okay, so after trying it, for how long did you decide, like, maybe Taiwan's not a bad place?
After 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because of the face value. That's true.
What do you mean?
Because of my face value, you know.
Uh-huh.
Because after the time, there is, I remember that is a February, that is a Chinese New Year. And everybody at the office, at our place, they are cleaning. But you know, in the Philippines, we didn't clean the
office.
office. Somebody was going to clean for you, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the homesick. After 2 weeks, I've been homesick.
Yeah.
And cleaning it. And supposed to be, I want to go back in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
But I challenged myself. I faced at the mirror and said, Imelda, you will not go back until you know how to speak Chinese.
Oh.
You are not a rich girl. You're a poor girl, you know. Everybody will laugh at you.
I see, I see.
Oh.
So you were challenging yourself to work hard and to continue to stay here even if you missed home a lot.
Yes.
Oh, really? So could you make more money here in Taiwan at that time than in the
No.
Philippines?
Yes, of course. But the time, the salary of the secretary is not really good.
Mm.
It's not small.
Yeah.
Yeah, the factories are
Okay.
higher. Yes,
Really? They
Yes.
paid factory Filipino
because of
factory.
the overtime that time.
So you mean like the take home salary? Because yeah, the factories they do offer overtime
Overtime
pay and they give you shifts so that you can earn more money.
Yes, unlike that time at the office, you just affix
Yeah.
8,000 NT, 8,000 NT. Even you have an overtime, you don't have an overtime pay for that.
Right,
Ah,
I
see.
see.
Mm-hmm.
So if you decided to stay here because you wanted to challenge yourself and you gave yourself like until you learn Mandarin.
Chinese.
Yeah. How long did that take? How long did it take for you to learn Mandarin? Because like you said, you started from zero.
Until now, I don't know how to speak Mandarin. No, that's why.
你会讲中文? I'm telling Imelda that she can actually speak Mandarin.
No, I'm trying to myself until I know how to speak Chinese and until I become a successful.
Okay.
That's why until now I'm still here because I'm not successful.
I think you are. I think you've done very well for yourself. I always think that going to a new place and starting from zero is never easy. And especially like for you at the time, you really didn't know the language. And I think it's also especially hard for people that go to a new environment that do not know the language. They feel very alone.
Yes.
And yeah, and whenever you meet difficulties, it's also very hard to want to stay. Because like when you go back to, let's say when you go back home, of course your support system is there, your family's there, your friends are there. So you made the harder choice of actually staying here. Yeah.
What was your first impression about Taiwan, and do you have some really memorable moments to share?
What do you mean? Taiwan people? Taiwan place?
Like everything, like you first came here, then wow, you were surprised by something you saw in Taiwan.
I came here in Taiwan. Really, the Taiwanese people that I met, is very friendly for me. That was I'm lucky.
I see.
I met a lot friendly people here in Taiwan.
Okay.
So you don't have to go through that tough period of time, like you didn't adapt to some customs or food here.
Yes, of course I have. About the food here, I like different food.
Okay.
So it's not really a problem for me. I can adapt it.
Cool. So you are
Not
you have
not the but not the 那个什么酸菜.
pickle.
Yes,
Like
yes.
pickled mustard greens.
Mhm.
The one that they add in the
In
Neuromian.
Neuromian.
Romian.
which is beef noodle soup. You don't like it?
Until now, I don't like that.
Oh, really? I just
Really?
had Neolomian a few days ago. I really like it. I put a lot of
Me
suncai.
also. You don't like it?
And the bamboo soup, the 那个竹笋.
竹笋汤.
Ah.
You don't
No,
like
no,
it?
no. 那竹笋汤我要，我喜欢。
So you like bamboo soup?
可是那个
竹笋。
preserve 竹笋那个
Ah, sungkano.
笋干，
Ah.
你也不喜欢？
因为我不喜欢，到现在。
Um,
哎，等一下。So we're talking about the dried bamboo or the preserved bamboo that they serve here. And Imelda was sharing that she doesn't like them because of the smell or because,
because
of
of
the
the
taste.
smell.
smell.
You know,
Smell
that's
taste.
weird because, like, I also have a number of Filipino friends that don't like the smell, but I don't smell anything. I don't smell. I mean, I do smell it, but for me, it doesn't smell bad. That's what I mean.
What about stinky tofu?
Oh, I like stinky tofu.
That's weird.
but first I didn't like it. But after many times trying that, because there's some stinky tofu not really stinky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like fried stinky tofu.
No,
Yeah.
it's still stinky.
No. 那个猪血糕. I like that.
Really? 猪血糕 is pork blood cake.
The first time I came here in Taiwan,
Yeah.
I tried that 猪血糕. Oh,
You
I
really
like-
like it?
yes, I like it.
Imelda, you're more Taiwanese than me. Really? Wow, this is cool.
Well, the first yes, I remember the first time that I came here in Taiwan. That my lady boss, she served the mostly the vegetable,
Yeah.
and I don't eat vegetable.
Oh.
I think it's a very Filipino thing. Like when we eat vegetables, it's always with meat.
Yes.
Meaning
Oh.
the vegetables are cooked together with the meat. A number of my Filipino friends also they find it very disconcerting, like jarring, like you eat vegetables just by itself, and they find it to be tasteless. We still have vegetables, but it's always mixed with meat.
With meat.
Yeah,
Shrimp meat.
it's very seldom served by itself, whereas Taiwanese cuisine always serves vegetables by itself. Or in the dish, when they cook it, there's always the meat and the vegetable inside the pot. Yeah.
So that's a
it's very
really
different.
different dietary behavior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From Taiwanese, I think. Yeah.
What kind of meat do you eat more often?
Pork.
Pork. Mostly pork.
Mostly
Yes.
pork, yeah. We also have beef, but
Yes.
but I
But
think most
Filipinos like pork.
yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
I think
we like
Taiwan, we share some common
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
preference, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so after being a secretary, what other works did you do?
Oh, I have so many works here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try many works here.
Oh.
Yeah, I work in the factory.
Okay.
I also work in the factory. I take just a volunteer at mostly at the factory. After that, I promoted to the office of the factories. I became an inspector, and I became also a volunteer at the Pahutuanshin.
Pahutuanshin. It's like the protection
Yeah, for the
Hotline.
hotline.
Yeah, for migrant workers or for
foreign spouse.
for foreign
For
spouses.
spouse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the 90s and early 2000s, there were a lot of foreign spouses here in Taiwan. And they were also going through the same thing where it's very hard to reach out when you don't have somebody speaking the same language.
Yes,
Yeah.
So I worked. I volunteered there.
How long?
I forget how long. Well, I stopped because I find a place at my restaurant. That time I already have a restaurant, but it just run once a week, every Sunday. Then I can volunteer at the Pahutuanshin,
Okay.
at the hotline, until I found my place that every day I can open the restaurant.
I see.
Actually, I'm curious about this protection hotline.
Yeah.
Who was organizing this hotline at that time?
That time the Purback organization, non-profit organization, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I think now it's a new immigrant.
Okay.
Yes, yes. The time that Purback organization, that Pahutuanshin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And they were helping foreign spouses.
Yes. The foreign spouses or the Taiwanese, the locals are going to call us and tell us what the problem of the foreign spouses.
Can you share a little bit? Like, for example, what were the common problems most of the foreign spouses encountered? Like, why would they call the hotline?
One is they are beaten by their spouse or by the sister-in-law. It's something like that. They're
Really?
yes,
The
they're
family?
yeah, the family. We will going to ask what do you want us to do for you?
Okay.
Do you want us to call the police?
Right.
Where the police were going there? What is your address? And if you want, and if they said yes, so they're going to give us the address, and we're going to call the police.
Okay.
Or some of my I encountered is they have some argument,
Right.
but not physical. That just an argument. The Filipina called me,
Yeah.
and I told her that okay, if you want to separate, I'm going to tell her the circumstances, the advantage and the disadvantage of that one.
I see. If
If
because they argue
The legal action or what?
Yeah.
What is the
option.
options?
It's actually good that you tell them because in the Philippines we don't have divorce.
Yes.
So I think like for Filipino spouses that come to Taiwan, if they're not familiar with the law or if they're not familiar with the system here, I think it's good that they understand the legal process here and what that would mean. Because if they do divorce their foreign spouse, can they stay in Taiwan?
Cannot. They're going back.
They cannot stay here.
Yes. Unless you have a child here.
Unless they have a child here.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important to know these things.
yeah, even though you know the law, but you
That is the
you need someone to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is the law, I think, 20 years ago. I don't know
Yeah.
the law now.
Yeah,
The law
things
now
have
about
changed.
yes, things are changed.
Okay.
So why did you start this restaurant?
Well, that time, 1996, 1995, there is in Songsan, my sister now she is in the US. Found the place in Songsan. She told me that I saw the place in one. You know, one.
The 1-1 building.
The 1 building. I
Yeah.
started there. Just a second floor. There's stall.
So it was not in the location today.
Not that one. Not
Okay,
that
it
one.
was in the in the building.
Yes. Well, we just okay. Just because I already have 2 kids the time, and I'm pregnant. The time I opened the restaurant so I can help to raise our family.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I can take care of our kids because I'm a disciplinarian mother.
Because if you have your own business, you have your own time.
Yes.
You manage your own time.
Yes, I manage my own time. And that time, I just opened the business on Sundays. Only on Sundays.
Okay. And just for listeners that are not familiar with, let's say, the 1-1 building. The 1-1 building is located in what we call Little Manila here in Taipei.
Yes.
And it's actually a place where a lot of, as Chingan mentioned, a lot of Filipino expatriates and also Filipino migrant workers go. The reason why they all go there is also because we have St. Christopher's Church there, and Filipinos are predominantly Catholic. And so they go there after going to church on Sundays. They meet up with their friends and they go eat together, hang out, sing karaoke.
Yes.
Yeah, and do some shopping.
Yeah.
The time the St. Christopher's is the only English-speaking church. Yes, in
Oh.
Taiwan. Yes. That's why every Sunday this is a full pack.
Ah.
Unlike this nowadays, there's so many Catholic church that have a Filipino priest. That's why the Filipino are all scattered now. Just like in Songli. They can go there. There is English. Songli, Sinsutawian, there is already.
That's all the time we have today. Tune in next week as we continue our chat with Imelda to learn more about her journey in starting her own restaurant, CresArt, here in Taipei. We'll also find out more about Filipino cuisine and the challenges Imelda had to face in her journey. Curious to find out more about Imelda's inspiring story? Don't forget to tune in next Saturday.
This is Ching and Cho.
And Mary Ann Shoko.
See you guys next week. Bye.
You're listening to Radio Taiwan International.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, SoundOn Podcast, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. You can find selected shows produced by RTI's English team on different streaming services. All you have to do is search for the show or type RTI. Find an episode you find interesting, hit play, and you'll learn more about Taiwan and its people.
You're tuning in to Radio Taiwan International, Taiwan's national broadcaster. Here at RTI, we have a range of entertaining and informative content for you to enjoy. You can find all of our content on our website at en.rti.org.tw. That's en.rti.org.tw for news, shows, and more. We're also on shortwave radio. If you're residing in South Asia, we broadcast from 1600 to 1700 UTC at 9405 kilohertz. From all of us here at RTI, we wish you a lovely day.